What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Today I am coming at you from the Road Ranger in New Boston, Texas. And today I happen to be sporting a chocolate brown Dickies t-shirt. I like this a lot. You know, I'd mentioned in a few videos back that I brought some clothes out here that I was planning on just throwing away when I was done wearing them. And somebody said, Lyle, you're always talking about money. Why are you going to be throwing away some clothes and stuff like that? Listen, these are all clothes that no matter how much money I had, I'd be still rocking the Goodwill and stuff like that. So some of these shirts and hoodies and stuff like that were shirts and hoodies that I bought at Goodwill for like $4, $3, 10 years ago. So they've ran their course. So, definitely not just throwing away stuff that I just bought. So what I want to talk about today is there's going to be some rainy days out here sometime. I was in a Facebook group and somebody said, I've been leasing for a month. My truck went down. I got a $30 check. I'm out. Well, my settlement this week was negative $6,400 and some change. Got to take the good with the bad, you understand? So, sometimes things just pile up, and they always, whenever things happen, and I'm just going to tell you, if you're planning on leasing or anything like that, when things start happening, they all happen at once. The same thing happened to me last year. I have some money set aside so I could pay off that negative balance if I needed to, but it certainly doesn't feel good to see that negative $6,400. There's a number of different reasons for that, but it's all part of, everybody says they want to be a businessman or own a business or have a business until it's time to be a businessman or own a business. It's all good when it's all good. So, I was just talking to somebody on the phone today asking me about some advice and stuff like that. And my advice, I'm not saying that my advice is the best advice, but I look at all these, having these couple trucks or few trucks as almost like a rental property. There was a time that I had a rental property that I was losing about $200 a month on. And, if you looked at it short term, I'm taking it in the ass for, all these months. It is a tax write-off and stuff like that. But long term, I might have been losing a couple $100 a month on it. But then when it gets sold, bam, there's where the real money comes in. So I'm not necessarily looking at these trucks as making a whole lot of money and stuff like that. I was just on the phone with my newest driver, and he was asking me about a load and is it a good load and should he take it? And I was like, listen, if it's a load you like, take it. All this stuff is going to even out. And I would rather have a driver that is happy, that stays, than having multiple drivers leaving because they're not getting something that they want. So hypothetically, if all that happened was I was to break even over the course of this time, then I'm fine with that. So back to my main point. Do not get into this leasing or even owning a truck. It doesn't even matter. If you are not capable, and I'm going to say it's more mental than it is financial almost to some degree. Do not get into this if you don't have the mental stamina to deal with some of these ups and downs. And like I said, a lot of it is mental stamina. Even though it's $6,400, you know what? The way I look at it is the same way I looked at it when I was went flat broke when I tried to start my own mortgage business. How did I come out of that? Put my head down, didn't think about anything, and just took the next step. At some point, you're going to work your way out of a situation. But if you sit there every week or every load, there's people, you're not going to beat the system. I am so fucking like, I can't understand people that are sitting here looking at one load. Well, they tried to send me on this one load. I ain't moving my truck for this much. I have a business to run. Motherfucker, it's one load. And you don't know what the next load is. I've never ever worried about money per load, and I've seemed to do all right. There's people that are nitpicking all this stuff. You're never going to get all the good loads. It's never going to happen. And like I said, my advice is to put yourself in positions that you like. Right now, I don't like the Northwest. I'm not going up there. It doesn't matter what it pays, anything like that. And I might even start clamping that down on it a little bit more with some areas I don't like. But the times that I find to be the happiest out here has nothing to really do with the money. It has to do with my mental state of mind. And some places, woo, it's hot out here in Texas, but I'd rather make less money and be happier with what I'm doing than nitpicking every load and thinking that you could beat the system. You can't beat the system. There's nobody out here that's going to run all short loads for all the money. Just not going to happen. You could think you could do it, but it ain't going to happen. And then if you are capable of doing it, at some point it's going to cause a confrontational relationship with your fleet manager. Even if you're even capable of that. So, I was talking to somebody else last week, and, this whole thing about money keeps coming up, and, it's such a fucking tired subject. Lease operators, owner operators, company drivers, who makes more, all this kind of stuff. You know what? It's a tired fucking topic. Send me your settlement, prove this, whatever. They haven't asked me that shit. But I never chose to go into lease because of the money. I could care. You know what? As a matter of fact, here's how real I'm going to keep it right now. I would be lease regardless of the money. If somebody says, Lyle, you could be company, you're going to make more money, and I wouldn't have the leniency that I have, I still would not go company if you guaranteed me more money. Now, I might work for somebody like me that's going to give me a little bit more flexibility. But even then, I just took 26 days off a little while back. That's my main benefit, is that. It's not the money. People focus so much on the money out here that and then don't really know what to do with the money once they have it. It's just a tired topic. I'm really getting sick of hearing about it. Some things work for some people, some don't work for others. If you happen to be somebody that's going to get emotionally unstable when you have some bad weeks, maybe that paycheck's not coming in, maybe it's emotional, maybe it's financial, this lease life is not for you. You know what? If you need a little bit more flexibility, some stuff like that, maybe that company life's not for you. Now, I'm not an owner-operator, but I can't, so I'm not going to speak on that. But if I ever went to be owner-operator, which kind of was, I was kind of tossing that back and forth for a while. It wasn't ever going to be for the money. It was going to be for total independence. You take a lot of truck drivers, man. A lot of truck drivers, even if they've been in the game for a while and they're making all the money now, a lot of these guys are only, where are they coming from? When somebody's turning their nose up at $1,500 or $2,000 or $2,500 a week, who the fuck do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, saying that's not enough money. If that's not enough money for you to live on, you need to check yourself. Because that's the kind of money that you can truly build wealth on. Now, if you're out here buying Harleys and buying Jordans and blowing money and stuff like that, maybe you do need to have that. But, you know, even at $1,500 a week, that's enough to build some wealth way beyond what you're going to be making in trucking. Quit thinking about trucking as your income. I mean, it's your income. Quit thinking about trucking is, here's how I'm going to make it, or here's how I'm going to be rich. Or, you know, you have some of these people that want to baby their kids and say, you know, I want to build generational wealth so my kids don't have to work. Fuck that. So, sorry this is a bit of a rant, but it's been irritating me a bit hearing people either complain about the money that they're not making leasing, or it's somebody trying to compare in any way. Quit talking money, because a person with a good mindset is gonna make more money than somebody, well, is going to manufacture more money for the future than somebody that makes even more money that has no clue of what to do with that money. I'm all off topic. Anyway, I'm chilling down here in Texas. I've been up for damn near 30 hours at this point. I dropped off this load and sent a message to the fleet manager, said, hey, when I'm done dropping this load, I either need a load immediately that I could pick up and shut down, or I'm gonna give you my ETA or PTA once I get to a truck stop. So he said, you know, probably not gonna have anything, take your break or whatever. And then he sends me a beautiful load. Not even gonna mention the money. It's not about the money. And by the way, if my driver Jan is watching this video and we were talking about, you know, he's like, hey Lyle, I just want to make sure this is a good load for you. Well, that's a shitty load, but it's not all about me. It can't all be about one person. But anyway, it's a beautiful load. The reason it's beautiful is it's like noon right now. I don't have to pick this up until all the way tomorrow night at like 0200. First drop is the next day. Well, it's not the next day. If I pick it up at 0200, I'd have to drive it straight to Dallas and drop off my first drop with the second drop in San Antonio. But I'm gonna get up early. If you guys have been to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, if you've made that drive out to that Tyson, you don't really want to mess with that drive in the darkness. So I'm gonna wait for the sun to come up, go out there, pick it up, drive about, you know, it's 177 miles there. I'll probably drive about till I get just to the outskirts of Dallas, and then shoot it in the morning. Drop that off real quick, run it out to San Antonio. Now here's the catch. They have overnight parking, but the drop-off is right by the Petro. Why am I worried about overnight parking if the Petro is right there with some amenities? So that's what's going on with me. And just trying to dodge this bad weather. Anyway, I know this was a little bit of a rant and kind of off topic and stuff like that. I've been blocking fools as soon as people are saying some crazy shit. Like, the only reason you're putting out videos is for referral bonuses, and you know what? Block. I'm just not even entertaining this stuff because I've never really mentioned that. But listen, if you want to help, you know, put a little bit of bread in your boy's pocket. I'm joking. I'm not even going to go down that route. But people have been making some stupid comments. I just been blocking them. I am like, back in my old days, I would have dealt with this negativity and I would have found it to be fun. But as I get older, I realize that that negativity actually does rub off on you, even if you're enjoying going after somebody, which I'd love doing, but I'm just not dealing with it these days. Woo! If you made it this long, I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.